evening, or good afternoon, or good morning, depending on where in the world you are connecting with us. This is a special celebration. My name is Augusto, and I give you greetings even warmer than the 42 degrees Celsius that I saw this morning here in Rio de Janeiro. But although I'm physically here in Brazil, my heart is in this place where you come to see me, which is the spiritual headquarters of the Brahma Kumaris in India, where it all began. 15 years ago, in this very courtyard that you are seeing, the inspiration for the Brahma Kumaris Youth Movement for Latin America was born. It was named Shurvir, which is an expression in Hindi, the official language of India, meaning group of the courageous. Because after all, it takes a lot of courage for a young person to live in this world of ours with a spiritual consciousness, with values that really inspire the true renewal that our planet needs. So I'm going to invite my dear friend, my dear sister, Juliana from Colombia, who is with us since our very first regional retreat in Chile, then another one in Colombia, then in Brazil, Argentina, Peru, Bolivia, Paraguay. Juliana is going to accompany our special guest to this meeting on the courage to be you. Go ahead, Shurvir.
Thank you, Augusto. It's a pleasure for me to be with you today and share with all the Latin American people here together, and also the youth, especially those who we were celebrating before. And now I'm so happy that we all are together. And we're also happy for being with Lee James. He's the special guest today we are having. So Lee, welcome. Welcome to Latin America. So happy to share with you this afternoon, to listen all your spiritual knowledge, your wisdom. So I'm just leave Augusto to introduce you in the proper way.
Thank you.
So Augusto, if you want to say something about Lee for all the people who are connected right now, you can speak a little bit more about what is the work Lee is doing in the Brahma Kumaris.
Yeah, Lee is an actor and theater director from Australia, and he was the person who first began international youth retreat in our spiritual headquarters in India. And I have attended some retreats with him there, and it was a beautiful inspiration for me, because in the first times that I've been there in India, I used to consider the spirituality as something very serious. And Lee was a wonderful inspiration to see that spirituality can be very funny as well. It's very much possible to be spiritual and at the same time to be funny. So it's a pleasure to have you with us here. I feel that having you here with us to celebrate our 15 years is like going back to our roots of a movement for the self-transformation of all of us. So thank you very much for being here with us.
Thank you, Augusto. Hello, everybody. I say good morning because in Australia it's morning. I'm in Sydney at present. Of course, in your country, it's in the evening. So I can tell you that tomorrow will be very beautiful for you. So once you catch up with Australia's time, it's going to be a fantastic day. So this topic that you've offered me this morning, and it's directly connected to your title of your young adults organization, courage. The courage to be you. It presumes two things: that we understand the word courage and that we understand who we are. But I can tell you now, I have been studying myself for 40 years, and the main thing I have to reset again and again on a daily, hourly level is the experience of who I am. It is so subtle, so fundamental. So today we're going to look at two things: courage and who am I? So first of all, courage. I will just offer you an idea about courage. Courage requires first there to be fear. If there's no fear, then it's not courage. It would be a different quality. So where there is fear, it tells us that there is a hole in our understanding, that we are not fully informed about something. So therefore we have a fear that we're going to lose something, lose our life, lose our identity, lose the respect of other people, lose our wealth, our well-being, etc. So the essence, if you like, of all wisdom is to be able to understand the difference between that which is permanent, that which is forever, and that which is impermanent, that which is temporary. So when we wish something that is temporary by its nature, by its creative nature, when we wish it to stay with us forever because we have some emotional attachment to it, a problem comes, doesn't it? The body is temporary. Our personality is always shifting. And so people often ask, why does an actor or a director, theater director, become interested in spirituality? And why does that actor also become interested in metacognition, the study of my own thoughts, the ability to recognize my thought patterns, and the ability to regulate my own thinking? So the answer to that is sorrow, distress. In our lives, when we are old souls, we get distressed when we wish to hold on to something that is impermanent, that is temporary. So the essential thing in being able to work out who I am, who is this courage to be you? Who is this you? Who is this I? The very first thing is to be able to have courage, to be able to go beyond fear. I need to become more experienced, more informed about my own identity. So there are two things in that. One is, what am I? And the second thing is, who am I? So if you go into a Brahma Kumaris school and you ask, what am I? People will say to you, or even who am I? People will say you are a soul. So what is this soul? Well, the soul is energy, organized energy. In its original form, it's perfectly organized. Like the seed of a plant that brings flowers and fruit, the seed is a perfect essence of that, what will become the tree, what will become the flowers, what will become the fruit. The seed is the perfectly organized essence. And so you and I, we're seeds, and we are forever. Seeds, the physical seeds don't last forever. I accept that the analogy is flawed, but that seed can stay in the desert for so long, like we see in Los Angeles, yeah? When the rain comes into the desert outside of LA, the whole desert becomes lush with flowers, whereas only months before it was barren, just dirt. But those seeds stayed there. And you and I, we are essential beings. And when we sit in a reflective, self-observing state, which is really what the term meditation means, medical, medicine, to heal. And so when something heals, it returns to its original form that the DNA, let's say it's in the body, that the DNA allows for. Recently, I had open heart surgery, and it amazes me the amount of trauma that the body goes through, and yet it's all healing. It's all trying to return back to its original condition. And so meditation is this art, or this wonderful process of self-observation and turning not just an idea, not just having an idea of who am I or what am I? I am a soul. I am this organized energy. But it also enables me to experience what it feels like when everything artificial, everything added on, including the body, age, everything that's temporary, dissolves away, and all that's left is me. So what is that? And at that time, I find out who I really am. Because like flowers, we are all different. Our seeds are different. Augusto, Juliana, Maria Polo, everyone is different. And we're all different flowers, if you like. We're all different fruit. We're all different beings. So two things that we must find out to have the courage to be us, especially at this time in history, is one, who are you? You have to not have some philosophical or religious idea. You have to have the experience of who am I. And my experience of it is silent, peaceful, and then I get the flavor of what makes me a different flower than Augusto or Juliana. I get the idea of what kind of soul I am. So the courage to be you at this time, in this world of binary, in this world of dualities, right or wrong, good or bad, come on, you got to take a side. You have to take a side. Don't sit on the fence. And so everybody, with social media, etc., everybody has an opinion. Everybody knows what they think or feel about something. And so people live in a little bubble of information, and they rarely look inside for the experience. They tend to look outside for answers. And then they live within that bubble of information that feels right to them. Now, I'll tell you a secret. All your feelings, this is one of the most fundamental rules of metacognition. All of your feelings are created by your thoughts about the world. They are not created by the world, by other people, by situations, by other people's moods. All of your internal feelings are entirely created by you. I can't say, you made me feel uncomfortable. I can say, what you said triggered emotions in me that made me feel uncomfortable. Now, this is the third and most important, if you like, aspect of maturity about being soul conscious or understanding who you are. First thing, what are you? You are a soul, this organized energy that is peaceful and silent. Secondly, what kind of soul are you? What is your flavor? What is your specialty as an expressive being? But thirdly, and most importantly, you are responsible. You must take control. Do not be a victim. You must take control not of others, not of the situation. That's not your duty. Your duty is to sit on your seat of self-respect. And when the world is fighting around you, going into the binaries, giving their opinions, right, wrong, good, bad, your job is to have that courage to maintain your true personality of peace, of power, of silent, still mind. Become awesome, become powerful, so that you can contribute this time the very thing that is lacking, which is peace, which is harmony, which is understanding. If you give me your opinion about something, all it tells me is the degree to which you have become informed about that thing. It tells me how informed you are. If I see you react emotionally, I understand, but I also understand your vulnerability, your open doors where you can be influenced and affected by others. So maintaining the courage, becoming informed, to take away the fear of being you, you have to understand what you are, what kind of being you are, and you have to take control of your own power of agency to maintain that personality, that original state of being. So I'm going to hand back now to Juliana, who's going to offer me some questions where I can take the conversation that will help people to understand more clearly what I've offered this morning.
Wow, Lee, thank you so much. That's very deep. And I just wonder if what you were saying just now, you were speaking about metacognitive or a spiritual approach. How is
Yeah.
it different? How is it different from all the other self-help methods that are being offered outside in the whole world? What is the difference? What can you say from the spiritual side to all the people who are practicing meditation or want to practice meditation and go deeper in this idea of the true self?
The self-help things are helpful. That's why it's called self-help. However, even metacognition is, Maria Paulo is a psychologist who's translating me this morning, and she will be able to tell you that metacognition is only the ability to recognize, to observe yourself, to see your thoughts, and to be able to start to regulate your own thinking. But regulating your own thinking, you still have to dig deeper and be able to become deeply self-reflective. Our power does not exist externally to ourselves. Our power has to be tutored back into us. We have to be taught how to become powerful, to maintain that power and to exercise it. And the only process, even metacognition, will not do it. The only process is this deep reflective practice of meditation, because psychologists, I'm a metacognitivist, Maria Paulo is a psychologist, but even we do meditation for our own self-realization, our own self-healing. Other things will help you learn how to manage your life, but they will not transform your life. They will not go to the essence and help you to learn to sit. And Juliana, I'll tell you one other thing. If you're able to rediscover that power within yourself, you'll become fully, let's say, emotionally intelligent. You'll be able to take full responsibility for your own reactions in the world. And more importantly, you'll be able to serve the moment, the need of the moment. You won't be so self-obsessed. Like, self-help can also make us very self-obsessed. So meditation makes us look from inside out, and we're able to see the need of the time, and we're able to serve that. So it makes us useful.
Lee, I'm just thinking what you were saying about that. To be courageous means to go beyond the fear. Even we are having fear, it's just to go beyond of that. Can you explain how that eternal identity, spiritual identity, can help us to move forward and to attain that stability?
Yeah. Because no matter how clever I speak, it's still based on my ability to do it at the time of need, to reset myself. That, it requires a lifestyle change. That requires a kind of, for me anyhow, it has required a daily practice. Not even daily, an hourly practice. Daily practice, I would say when I wake up in the morning, and now it's, I don't know, 10:30 in Australia. So this morning I woke up quite early, before sunrise, and I first do some study. So I shift my consciousness back to that essential spiritual awareness. And I am a theist. I believe in God, but not God as some, not some paternalistic, misogynistic man in the sky. Or I believe in an original blueprint, an energy that holds long before we humans started this whole game, this whole story. I believe that there is this essential beginning point that has the blueprint within it. It's like an ocean of knowledge. And I have a connection with that, which I can just call upon, and it pulls me out of my human existence, and it turns me into who I am, what kind of soul I am, with the qualities I have, and it re-empowers me to be that original, full, essential self. And so whether you call it God or Jehovah or Yahweh or, Shiva, the question is, what is your relationship? What is your connection with the way that you reset yourself? And for me, I have just found it is the most powerful, most loving, and also the most effective way for me to reset myself on that seat of self-respect.
Thank you, Lee. So I just want to keep talking about the emotions that you were saying before, that you were speaking about the primary rule of agency that you mentioned before, that if you can explain a little deeper how my emotions and feelings that are always of my own making, that you were saying, that is not the other person that I creating that, but in every situation it happens, in any case it happens, it's the same, or there are some circumstances that they are definitely caused by others?
This is the most controversial point, because in today's world, people take whatever I'm going to say now, they will take it to an extreme. They will hear it in the way they can filter it and understand it. But let's say it will never happen, but let's say you suddenly start to criticize me and say disruptive things towards me. It will be a surprise for me. But my reaction to whatever you are saying is still my filtering, if you like. I am creating the meaning and the context and the perception of what I think you're saying. That's me doing that. And those filters are my past experience, that will affect me. They are my belief systems. Whatever beliefs I have will filter what I think you're saying. And that is natural. That is how it should be. And the third thing is my values, what I consider valuable. So I might think, I may have a belief that when you're an invited guest, the host shouldn't abuse you. You know, I may have that kind of thought. And while everyone in the room might agree, yes, that's right, she shouldn't be abusing the guest, you know, but still, my reaction, my emotional, people often define emotion as ego, ego in motion. You know, it's like your ego is triggered. And what is that ego? Past experiences, my memories, my subconscious memories, my belief system, which are my personality traits, you know, and that's encoded and taught into me. And my value system, that which I consider important. So those emotions are filtered and created by me, by those experiences. So how do I react? I'm 40 years studying and practicing, but I still find myself, like you said, I still find myself reacting to things. And so I'm very interested when that happens. I feel like saying something. You know, I hear something on television or political, and I will think, oh, you know, and inside of myself, I'll have an emotional reaction. And then immediately I see it and I go, oh, why are you stepping down from your elevated position of self-respect, your original qualities of peace, purity, love, happiness? Why are you engaging? Why are you being influenced by that external thing? And the reason is because I'm holding fast to some encoded belief system, and I have a strong opinion about it. But the truth is, and the essential answer to your question is, no matter what you say, no matter what the weather or the world does, how I respond to it is my choice. How I react to it internally, that is created by my thoughts about what I think is happening. And so the important thing is, if you want to feel empowered and in control of your own reactions, it's absolutely essential that you're able to know where your seat of self-respect is, identify your original feelings, not so much the emotions, they're the ego, but the original feelings of that essential being, and to be able to reset yourself again and again in that state. Why? So you can give the situation what it really needs, which is a power of peace, to be powerfully peaceful. And Juliana, I know you've had this experience because you manage meditation centers, and I think you've seen that when you remain truly peaceful, not pretending to be peaceful, but when you are truly peaceful, people can release their feelings, they can express their opinions but they will oftenly automatically become self-reflective, and they will correct their own behavior, their own thoughts, their own consciousness automatically, without us feeling, oh, we should tell them what to do, tell them what to think. No, there's too much tutoring going on around the world, too much advising. People need to find their own way, and meditation is the process to be able to do that.
I can add also to what you were saying is that vibration is very important. Just in order of what you were saying before, that when we connect with the feelings, then we can understand emotions, and then we can change that identity of temporary identity of role, beliefs, past, and all the physical mask we have been carry on. So when we truly feel that peace that you were saying before, through the mind, through the heart, and we expand that peace into vibrations around the atmosphere, then it's going to be beautiful experience that I can really share. And thank you, because
I
you
have,
are,
I
yes?
was going to say, I have been to very difficult places in the world. And one of the first things people always look for in you, a mediator or a negotiator, they want to see which side you're going to be on, you know? And when people feel a peaceful person, a person whose attitude is one of family, their vision is of belonging, of love, because love is just a word, but the actual experience of love is I belong to you, you belong to me. One of
Yes,
belonging,
beautiful.
even when
Yes.
you don't know the people. And that feeling of belonging, of love, and you maintain your peace, no matter what is said to you, no matter what is done near you, it really has an impact on the atmosphere, and people become cooperative.
Yeah, thank you. And that's the path. You just are giving the route of how that can we get that point. But Lee, going
But you
beyond
don't deny,
and
sorry,
deeper,
you don't deny their sorrow. You mustn't deny people's sorrow. And
yes.
when you remain peaceful, people can feel that you're listening, that you're empathic to their pain, to their sorrow. But it's not your sorrow, it's theirs. And your job is to help them find a way.
And yeah, that's a very deep practice we have been doing along, as you were saying before, you have been practicing meditation for 40 years. I'm not that long, but I'm the way. But I would like to hear from you also how, Lee, how meditation had helped you to go beyond of even personal opinions, to renounce that polarization, to be behind the media or the political things, issues, different things going on around the world, and you have to make an opinion, you have to say something, because people can say that you don't care, or you really are not well informed. So what can you say? Can you speak a little bit more about what you mean by being the embodiment of the solution to situations and going beyond of any opinion and just be ourselves, free to be?
I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky because I have suffered from a heart disease. It was a gift from my dad and my mum. And when their DNA combined, I had this fortune of having this incredibly blocked arteries and very, very big heart. My heart is very, very big. And so it has always, for the last 2 decades, it has challenged me. And what it's given me is the opportunity to learn how to tolerate pain. Pain is there, but there's no suffering. So that helped me to compartmentalize to start with. That was the beginning. The second benefit in my life is I don't do acting or directing anymore. I am a metacognitivist and I'm a mediator. So I shaped my occupation so it would consistently remind me of the importance of listening, of being able to allow people to share their difficulty, their suffering in a safe space, and then to offer them practical ways to be able to turn their suffering into understanding. Without understanding, the pain, emotional and physical pain, will always turn into personal suffering, mental and uh, emotional suffering. So pain is physical or emotional. It comes from the past. But the suffering is how I react to it. And so I created a new occupation for myself. I went back to university, I studied, and hand in hand with my learning there and my study of Raja Yoga meditation, I was able to create an occupation where I have to consistently not sit on a fence. I don't sit on a fence. I sit on my own seat of understanding. The more you understand about both the world and yourself, the more you are able to offer to other people that safe space in which they can explore for themselves that self-discovery. I'm very careful in that process, very, very slow in that process, very deliberate, because you're working with very deep habits in people. And so people can easily get very, very upset. And that's fine too. And that's understandable as well, that they get upset. But I don't take the upset on to myself. I remain seated in my state of spiritual understanding and constantly have the zeal to keep learning where my vulnerabilities are. Where are my weaknesses of understanding, of wisdom?
So you practice the detach. It's like a detachment. It's kind of on a stage. How it works?
Yes.
How is that you can help and at the same time not taking? How it works, Lee?
When you're detached, you can see everything. When you're attached, you see only one thing, and all your values, your past experiences, and your belief systems filter very specific message to the brain. So your reaction is very like blinkers on you. But when you're detached, you're able to feel the feelings of the atmosphere, feel the feelings of the heart of others. And that detachment is a process of, I'd like to do it now. Could we do some exercise now?
Yes, Lee.
I'd like to do an exercise with everybody. Let me invite everybody to sit back. We're going to have a chance for you to give your experience after this. But for now, let's have an experience. That's the important thing. So I want you all to sit back now, sit into your chair. Wherever you're seated, use it for what it's made for. Use it to bring you comfort. Now, some of you will want to leave your eyes open, so you remain fully aware of the room. Some of you who are new to this practice, you'll want to close your eyes. That's totally fine. I leave my eyes open, but don't be concerned about that because I can't see you. First thing I want you to do is become aware of everything. Hear all the sounds. Sounds outside the room, the sounds inside the room of my voice. and accept them as they are. When you over-focused on something, a pain or a sound, it's because you are not accepting it. The sound is there. The pain is there. You don't need to know why. Just accept it and let it go. Now be aware of your body. And you're sitting up there in the penthouse suite of your body, right up there in the top floor, in the center of your forehead, behind the eyes. Be aware of the feelings and the energies coursing through the body. Be aware of the feet. Aware, and let go of that focus. Turn it to the legs, the calf muscle, the thighs. And now let it go. Be aware of the waist, the whole central area of the body. And let go of that focus. So everything below the waist, it's like it's dissolving into light and lightness. Now your stomach, your chest, your back, lower, middle, upper back, your hands, your wrists, your arms, your shoulders. Everything below the neck, dissolving into light. Now your neck, your jaw, let your jaw fall open. Let go of your tongue. No one's looking at you, you are safe. But let it all go. Let go of your scalp, your forehead. Let go of your temples, all the muscles behind your eyes. Let them go. Let go of your cheeks and your lips. Now, just as part of the process of compartmentalizing, of detaching, as part of that process, I want you to imagine that you are a tiny, infinitesimally small spark of light. The perfect organization of light is a point source. So imagine it like a spark of sunlight. It is still. It is silent. Somewhere about the center of the forehead, near the thalamus and the hypothalamus, imagine a place in your brain where every cell is affected and influenced by that energy that is you. I am this seed of light, sentient or living light. I am capable of thought, through the mind, decisions and experience through the mind's eye or the intellect. And I have memories recorded, encoded within my subconscious mind. I think, I decide, I remember. But I'm not those thoughts, those decisions, those memories. No, I am that energy that thinks, decides, and remembers. I am, if you like, that energy before the first thought. I am pure. I am peaceful. I am still. But I am living. Living energy. Peaceful. Detached. And you too are that. We are family. First to our human clan, but we are also family to all sentient beings. We belong to each other. And our original religion, religio, way of life, way of being, our original religion is peace. Purity. Nothing mixed in. And when I come back into the room and the body, I can feel a natural contentment wash over me. It's as if that peace comes into the body, into my way of being, a happiness and a sense of belonging, a love for all living beings. This is my power. I, the living spark, the origin, am peaceful. There's two beautiful words that encapsulate this experience. They are all many of you have heard of. It's a beautiful phrase. They say it is the first utterance of the state of being to describe this state of being. It literally means I am. It is the recognition of the self and its own agency to think. I am Om. I am a living, sentient spark of light. I am peaceful. Shanti. Shanti doesn't mean sitting in the forest peaceful. That describes a peace that is conditional, based on the environment. But this peace describes at the center of the self, the light, the essential form, is this state of alertness and stillness of power, concentration. That is Shanti, that is peace. Om Shanti. So it's this experience that I carry with me every day. Every hour I check myself.
So clear now how it works. No, I don't want to speak. So powerful. Thank you so much. But I know we are celebrating, so we need to speak. We need to continue with the celebration. But before, I want to invite to the public, if any one of you want to share something, Lee, you want to ask something especially for them to share?
I'd like to know what their experience was just now. Were they able to gently compartmentalize themselves back to their essential form? And also, if they had any reaction, like if they found, oh, but you know, surely my emotions are created by the weather or created by, you know, oh, it's so hot. Surely it's the weather creating my emotional reaction. So some of them may disagree with some things I've said. I'd like to hear that if they have that. But more importantly, I'd like to hear what is their experience just now of this experience of going back to my essence. That would be fantastic.
Okay, so you can raise your electronic hand so we can spotlight to those who want to speak. You can do it, or you can write on the chat box and Augusto or me, we can translate. So feel free to express. This is time to speak. So whoever wants to share, welcome to do it now. So just raise your hand and we will open the mic for you. There's someone who's writing in the chat, I think. Oh yeah, here it says that Carolina, she's saying, good night. How can I explain to the youth about the detachment in a healthy way? And she's saying, and also versus not to be egoistic when being detached. And because society sometimes they say that to be detached, but in a not very good way, and especially media, what you can say about it?
You are right, Carolina. You are right, Carolina. It causes a reaction when, if you are being egotistically detached, people will react to it. You know, I'm in my space, I'm protecting myself, but that's not what we're talking about here. The detachment we're talking about is an active state of being detached from my body, from the environment, but I'm still present. And most importantly, I'm more sensitive to other people's feelings. And so for me personally, if I find a word or even my state of being is upsetting someone or they're reacting, I can feel it because I'm already in that state of detachment. So I can feel their reaction. And so for me, it's like a dance. You know, when the tango is danced, one goes back, one goes forward, one goes back, one goes forward. I find the words that they can hear. I find the vocabulary that they can hear. I don't stubbornly use my own words, my own belief systems, but more importantly, I also listen more carefully to them, and I show them that I can hear them. I display that by repeating what they've said. I actively listen to them. And most importantly, Carolina, what I often find is people react to our hidden ego. You are right. You said it yourself, ego. They react to our hidden agenda. When we have a hidden agenda, they can feel our energy going, yes, but, yeah, but, and they feel we are not listening to them. Don't try to fix people. Don't try to solve them. We're not here for that. You're here to be a peaceful soul, to have the courage to be you, and let them be whatever they are.
Well, here is another question from Rafael. He's saying that he had a very good experience with the meditation. And what do you suggest to have the same experience when we are in a not very pleasant situations?
Yes, good. Very good question, Rafael. There are steps you should take. Let's say you're very physically tired, physically uncomfortable. Don't try to sit for meditation at that time, but go for a walk and talk to yourself. Because if you sit, you will fall asleep, or you'll sit there and the body is very uncomfortable. You're too locked into the sympathetic nervous system at that time. So go for a walk and talk out loud to yourself, because you will be able to see your feelings. How are you feeling today, Lee? Well, today I feel really good, but my chest area is a little bit pulling me sometimes. Then that's fine. Just let that happen. But most importantly, how are you feeling, Lee? Well, the meditation was very nice for me. So, well, what did that teach you? Well, it really taught me that I really need to check myself regularly. So, like that. So, don't try and sit in meditation when your body is uncomfortable or you are emotional. If you're highly emotional, reacting to something, take a book into your meditation space and write down your feelings. Why? Because when we're emotional, our thoughts are too fast. So when we write them, they slow down, because we can't write as fast as we think. So the thoughts slow down. So first, go for a walk, talk to yourself. Secondly, if it's emotions or ego that's reacting, write in a diary. It's a wonderful exercise of self-observation. And then thirdly, once you've calmed down and you're feeling more physically alert and comfortable, then you can start your detachment process. So how to improve your meditation is do the right kind of meditation at the right time.
Well, here there are some people saying thank you so much. Carolina is so happy with your explanation. And Elena is saying that the meditation experience helped her to feel herself, relax, and to be the seed, to experience that seed that brings life to her whole life. So she wants to say thank you, and many others like Maria Esther. And so we have to keep going. No more questions.
I just
right
want
now.
to say one thing. I would just want to say one
Yes.
thing to
Go ahead.
Helena. That is
Elena, maybe Elena.
Elena, yeah. So most important thing too is to really nurture that experience that you had, how comfortable it makes you feel, to make that your culture, not the culture of, oh, get up for work, go to work, etc., but make that your culture. And can you imagine, Elena, if you are in a room and there's a discussion going on, Gaza, Israelis, or Ukraine, Russia, or, in Brazil, Bolsonaro, or Lula, or, all over the world, in Argentina now, the politics, everything is trying to force you, choose this one or choose this one. Elena, can you imagine you sit there in that state of peace and you feel completely comfortable to just stay on your seat of self-respect. What an original contribution you are making to that situation.
Okay, so she's asking something, if you can answer briefly, just to continue with the agenda. So she's saying how to show the other person that their ego is not, well, she's not clear, but she just right, not clear for me to translate, but I can understand is how to manage when that the other person is your boss, and how to manage that kind of ego game.
If you make them feel unsafe, if they make you feel unsafe, you should go to HR. That's their responsibility. But if you have the power to make them feel safe in your company, not threatened, but safe and open, then you are able, through your humility, through your own humility. It doesn't mean you should take abuse, you should not take any of those things, but your job is not to show them anything. Your job is to show them respect. So 2 things. Respect is see their potential to change, see their original self. That vision and attitude on them alone will cause them to behave in their best way in front of you. So be consistent with see the respect. That is spectus, spectacles. See their original state of being. And second thing is regard. We have respect for the soul, but regard for the role they're playing. So if the boss wants, some kind of sense that he's the boss, then play to that narrative. It doesn't mean to encourage him, his ego. That's not what I'm saying. But you should have regard for the role that he's playing. And that will be a good practice for you too, to be humble. It's very challenging because what I'm recommending is don't try to change them. Change yourself constantly. Then you are in charge.
So that's another way to be free, to be ourselves.
Free.
Okay, Lee, thank you so much. Now over to you, Augusto, to keep going with the celebration. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Just before the celebration, as Lee was speaking about belongingness, I was remembering something that I listened from him many years ago that I've never forgot. Because in the Brahma Kumaris, we speak very much that the meditation is a journey of remembrance, remembering who I am, remembering where I come from, remembering my original state. And I remember that once Lee made a game with the word in English, remember, which again, and member, to belong. So to belong again to what I am really, to belong again to God, and to belong again to the whole world.
To each other,
yeah, to everyone. I imagine that.
But even they would have seen Juliana and I doing this sign. This sign means all binaries come together, like myself and God together as one. So in India they say namaste. It means I bow to the light within you. So all dualities merge together in one.
Yeah. And that's why we use the word universe and not multiverse. Huh? Amazing, lovely, very lovely. Yeah, only one. We are all one, connected. So now we are going to have our celebration. After all, we are here to celebrate 15 years of our youth movement, of Shurvir, of all of the courageous ones who are all of us throughout throughout this story, throughout this event, and throughout the tomorrow that Lee is anticipating from us, for us from there, from Australia. So now we are going to watch a video which shows some images of the activities that we are recently doing here in Latin America for the youths. So as I mentioned, we had retreats in many different countries, and we have other different countries who are also doing very beautiful activities. So let's watch our videos and celebrate together the wonders that our self-transformations are sharing. And answering Rosario, yes, the record of this live will be available in our YouTube channel. As you have just seen, Brahma Kumaris Robin. In fact, it's Brahma Kumaris Jovem Robin in both languages, Portuguese and Spanish, but just searching for Brahma Kumaris Robin. The record of the live will be there in a couple of days. And so you also can take the opportunity to subscribe to our YouTube channel and to follow our Instagram and our Facebook. And so And now we are going to the candle lighting. So everyone,
So what to
Oh,
do
they-
now, Augusto? We sing?
So I should blow out Juliana's. Juliana, you ready? I'll blow out your candle.
Wow.
Very good. And Juliana, you should blow out Augusto's. Augusto, good. And Augusto, now you blow out this one in Australia.
ah,
Very good. 13,000 miles. Very successful.
and now we have a cake. Leonel has a cake for us to offer to all of us.
Sim, gostaria de oferecer esse bolo, em nome
Ah,
desse bolo a todos aqui presentes.
Mais para cima, Leonel. Boa.
Gostaria de oferecer esse bolo a todos aos presentes, e também a todos aqueles que se empenharam, né, nesse movimento do Shurvir. Parabéns. Feliz aniversário.
He's offering all the presents to everyone your effort during these 15 years. Leonel will offer a piece of the cake for all of us.
very good.
Did you all get your piece of the cake?
Brother Lino, he made that cake?
Yes.
He made it, is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did it.
Ve-
Lionel
very
he did it.
good. Very good. I heard he had been unwell. We are wishing you best, brother, and you've done a beautiful job. I got my pieces here. Look, during the song, your cake came across to Australia, and thank you very much. We will eat it. This is on behalf of everybody. Yeah?
Wonderful. Thank you. So sweet. Delicious. Spiritually delicious.
Muito bom.
Wonderful.
Parabéns. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Lionel.
brother.
Thank
That
you
was
so
beautiful.
much.
Yeah, truly. Thank you. Beautiful. Mm. Mm.
So now, to finalize our celebration and our meeting, we are going to have one more experience, one more introverted experience for us to take from this event, not just the happiness of our celebration, but also the transformation that the silence may bring to us. So we invite Leah to make final meditation for all of us so that everyone can leave this meeting very light, very calm, very peaceful.
Brother, let me thank my sweet brother Lionel for making the cake. Let me thank Maria Paolo for her incredible translation, Juliana for hosting so eloquently. I want to thank Paulina for her IT expertise and our dear brother who is on the recording. And I want to
Manuel.
thank you, Augusto, for your continued support of the youth during these many, many years. And that is just the loveliest thing, because imagine if the youth can be the new generation who don't embrace division, who don't embrace the constant binary that the world has been forced into. Make a choice, this or this. Imagine if we are that generation that unifies the world and creates a new society based on our state that is inside of us, our state of consciousness. So let's have that experience again. Again, take full support from your body, from the atmosphere. Accept everything as it is. And because we have done already one meditation, it will be faster this time. But let's hit the same triggers. Notice everything. Sounds outside the room, sounds inside the room, sounds inside your head in the form of thoughts. And now the sounds inside the body, that is in the form of sensations. Simply notice all the energies. Accept them as they are. If you can do something to make yourself more comfortable physically, emotionally, mentally, then do that, do it. But the most important thing is that we're able to strip away all the temporary, all the impermanent things and find that ongoing essential self. Experience my true culture. Unified peace. So notice your feet, legs, notice your buttocks, waist, and let them go. Notice your stomach, your chest, your lower, middle, and upper back, and let it go. Notice your hands, arms, shoulders, neck, jaw, tongue, scalp, and your face. All 105 muscles in your face. Let them go. I am not this body. This wonderful arrangement of chemicals and particles is not me. I am the one who moves this body. I am the master of these sense organs. I look where I wish to look. Though the ears pick up all sounds, I hear what I wish to hear. I am the master. I take full responsibility. I am a living being who is responsible for all my emotions, all my experiences. I am the maker of experiences. I am that energy that experiences, that thinks, decides, remembers. I'm not passive. I am an active, living, sentient being. A tiny spark, like a light at the end of a long tunnel. Except I am that light. I think what I wish to think. I decide based on my information. And I feel not just according to my past, but I feel and I experience based on my original qualities. How do I feel? I feel peaceful. I am pure light. A tiny spark. See it, know it, feel it. See it, tiny spark. Know it. I am. Feel it. So still, so peaceful, so loving. Om Shanti. I, the living spark, am peaceful. This is my superpower. This is the source of my courage, my original culture of peace, my power to transform the atmosphere, the world. Om Shanti. Shanti.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you again. And good night for everyone. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Lee. Thanks to everyone who have contributed to the story, to this event, and thank you to everyone who have been with us this evening.
Om Shanti.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.